Hi there, Kira here, and I'm so excited for this. So, you guys know I'm in love with Traci Reed. I've talked about her on multiple videos. I talked about how she would be my dream collaboration if you watched my Scrappy Tag video. And she has a YouTube channel, but she hadn't posted a YouTube video for about 9 months or so. Which is about the time that we actually started ours. But she wanted to start doing more YouTube videos, and she had said something about it on her Instagram. And I said, if you're ever interested in doing a collaboration, let me know. And so she said that she would, and to send her a message. And so we decided to do a 4-video series collaboration where we're going to do challenges. And she actually was the one that got me on this whole traveler's notebook kick. And so I started scrapbooking in a traveler's notebook because of her. So I thought it'd be fun because I've never done a video with my traveler's notebook before because it's new to me, so I'm not super comfortable with it yet. But I thought it'd be fun if we did a traveler's notebook challenge collaboration. So we came up with the idea to use a 12 by 12 layout sketch and adapt it to a traveler's notebook page. And so each of us is going to be doing a layout for every Tuesday for the next 4 Tuesdays. And we've each picked a sketch. And so she picked this first one, I picked the next one, so on and so forth. And yeah, here we are. So here's my layout. So I don't know if I'm really cheating with my traveler's notebook spreads, but how I do them is I don't actually do them in the book. I just have a really hard time kind of working with that. Plus, it's like a white background, and I usually like a pattern background. And so I tend to do everything outside of the Traveler's Notebook page and then adhere it in the Traveler's Notebook. I make my own inserts, and I found that I like doing them with just regular printer paper, because it's thin, and since I'm going to be gluing cardstock into them, it's just the best way for me to work. So I take, my traveler's notebook is a standard. I also have a personal size, but I haven't started scrapbooking in that one yet. So this is my standard, and it measures, each page measures 4 by 8. So I just take an 8 by 8 square, cut it in half, and then work like that. So what I did with this sketch is I basically kind of cut it in half. So half of the sketch is on one side and half of the sketch is on the other side. And this is, my traveler's notebook is for my weight loss journey, if you will. So when we moved to San Antonio, I decided that I was going to start eating healthier. I was going to start working out, and I wanted to be able to document all of it, because if I didn't find some way to make it crafty, I knew I was going to have a hard time sticking with it. So I made this whole traveler's notebook just about how how my progress is going, if that makes sense. So I take like progress photos. I take a lot of selfies, and I just journal about kind of, the challenges that I'm going through at the moment, and what I'm liking, what I'm having a hard time with, things like that. So this page, I'm just we go on like these little adventures every day. So me and my kids go out after we've had breakfast, and they're starting to get kind of wound up for the day, and we just go around our apartment complex and just kind of walk around and explore, and we call them adventures because I think it sounds more fun for kids if we say we're going to go on an adventure than just saying we're going to mosey around the apartment complex for an hour. But my kids are able to, dig in the dirt and collect rocks and sticks and all the things that boys like to do. And I listen to the Scrap Gals podcast while I'm walking. If my boys stand in one place for an extended period of time, I just stand there and walk in place, or I pace back and forth. Either way, I just try and, stay moving. And this page that I'm working on right now. I wanted to just document how I love that the weather in San Antonio is always warm enough that we can go outside. And that was one of the things in Washington that made, working out kind of hard, or even being consistent about going on a walk or something, is you never knew what the weather was going to be like. So, you couldn't say, oh, tomorrow I'm going to go on a walk. It would be, well, let's see how tomorrow's weather is, and we'll see if we can go on a walk. It was the same with like going to like the zoo or things like that. Like you couldn't really plan that. But here, because it's always sunny, it's always warm, I know that we can go on a walk every single day. So it's like every single day, 9:30, we're out the door walking around the complex. And I just love that about this city. I know I complain about the heat a lot because it is really hot, and I do get hot and sweaty being outside. Even in the morning is probably when it's the coolest, so it's probably only about 90, 95 degrees depending on the day, but it's still really, really hot. So I know I complain about that, but it's much better for my health if I can get out of the house and, kind of like walk around and just get the kids' energy out too. So it's just a good routine for all of us right now. So I just wanted to write about that in this spread. So the sketch I kind of flipped at this point because I wanted to journal on that little tag, and then I have my picture there, but the tag is bigger than my picture. And in the sketch, which is covered up at the moment, but in the sketch, the picture is bigger than the journaling. So I basically just flipped those two, so I could have the bigger journaling tag on the left side and then my picture on the right side. But that's basically the only thing I deviated from with this sketch. And because I'm relatively new with traveler's notebooks, I find them very challenging to work in because it's a completely different size than I'm used to. And doing this sketch challenge was actually amazing because I was able to make this layout super quick without any thought because I used a sketch. And even though it's not a traveler's notebook sketch, which I don't even know if those exist, but being a 12 by 12 layout sketch, it was really easy to just modify it to my needs. So I was really happy with how this came out. I put some washi tape down on the bottom and on my tag over there. I'm putting this pink piece of paper so it looks like it's going across the 2 pages. Sorry if you can hear my child trying to break into my room right now, but I'm trying to ignore them. And on the sketch, it has like long title or large title or something, but I just used this little cut apart piece and used that as kind of my title. And it says something about sunshine, I think. And so I thought that would be perfect since I am talking about how nice the weather is here in San Antonio. There's like a little scalloped piece in the sketch, and I have this little border strip that has a little scallop on it, and I just went ahead and glued that down as part of the scallop part of it, I guess. I cut some pieces of paper from to look like little banner strips. And everything that you see me using is just stuff from my stash. Like the background paper is a Citrus Twist exclusive. I'm using a lot of stuff from the Poolside collection, which is an older crepe paper collection, and a little bit from, I think the pink striped paper is actually a Heidi Swap. And that little bathing suit that I fussy cut, that is from the newest crepe paper collection, the Oasis collection. And I only bought that paper so I could fussy cut all the bathing suits out of it because they're so cute. So I've got everything adhered down. Oh, and with the chipboard, because traveler's notebooks, you don't want to make too chunky, and I love dimension, so that's kind of hard to steer away from. But I wanted to use chipboard, so all I do is take the majority of the chipboard off, so then it makes it flat, so you're able to use your chipboard and give it a little bit of interest and dimension without it being too bulky. I just did my journaling here. Like I said, I'm just talking about how we go on our daily adventures and how I love that the weather is always nice, so we have no excuses not to go. And I think that's it. I'm going to go ahead and just adhere it into my traveler's notebook, and I just do that with my ATG. And that will finish off my layout. So I'll have another one of these next Tuesday, and then we'll have even more after that. But I'm going to link Traci's channel below so you can check her out. And we would love if you guys played along. So check out the Facebook group, Create, Craft, Repeat Community, and I'll have the sketch up for you guys so you can play along, and you can link your pictures of your product. Oh, geez, pictures of your projects on that thread, so then we can see what you guys came up with. So I will see you next Tuesday with another Traveler's Notebook spread, and you guys have a great day. Bye.